Good morning, Misfits. I almost forgot to unmute myself. Good morning, Misfits. It is Woke Wednesday on The Daily Breakdown on LFA TV. Welcome. I am your host, Zach Bonfilio, aka The Misfit Patriot. Let's say hello to the LFA family. We got Bumba, united since 1776, El Dooley family, Low, Star, Spangled, Savage, P here, out, River Rat, Mocha Powered, Bumba, On the Edge, Funmon. Oh my god, I just crushed that. So, that's Tyler Robinson. Some of you are probably like, what's Tyler Robinson? That is Tyler Robinson. We're going to be going over the new footage that was dropped by Schizophrandus Owens, and we're going to be showing you how you should be covering it, as opposed to how some people are covering it. We also got a big news day. I'm actually messing around right now with my TV because I want to see the footage over here, because I think there's something going on with Fauci. Fauci lied, people died, and we'll get to any updates on that. Oop, invokes the Fifth Amendment. There we go. Let me just mute that. Sorry. He's going to invoke the Fifth Amendment all day. So I wouldn't expect any bombshells to come out. It's going to be very clippable. You're going to see the questions from, like, you know, the senators asking questions, and then he's just gonna go, I don't know, like, yeah, like, whatever. If he lies to Congress again, they can prosecute him. However, this is not something that anybody wants to hear, but it's just a fact. The pardons are legitimate, unfortunately. Right? They're legitimate. The auto pen pardon, it doesn't matter. The blanket pardon that Joe Biden threw out, well, the auto pen threw out on his way out the door, it has been litigated. I don't see that being overturned. So I think that people are expecting some senator or some congressman to be super smart and catch him in a lie. He's gonna just invoke the Fifth all day. So I wouldn't just expect anything crazy to happen. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's an idiot. Maybe he will. You never know. But let's get to the daily breakdown. If you've never seen this show before, obviously we have the theme of the day, Woke Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the Charlie Kirk, the Tyler Robinson video, and I'm calling it the Tyler Robinson video on purpose. All right, because some people are falling for this direct framing that Schizophrandus is trying to do. Like, we found a video of somebody that's not Tyler Robinson. That's Tyler Robinson. That's Tyler Robinson. Okay, that's Tyler Robinson. Stop it there, and stop putting all the onus on Candace. Just take the video and break down the video. Okay, it's a good thing that this idiot released the video. A woke leftist killed Charlie Kirk, period. Because his ideology, because of the rhetoric of the Democrats and the woke left and the people in power, they radicalized him so that he killed Charlie, period. Let's just get that out of the way. Anyone who's even entertaining a possibility of other people that, like, at this point, you're an idiot. I don't want to hear, no, but you know, I always, no, shut up. You're an idiot. Shut up. I'm sick and tired of you people that are just like, I get it. You're well-meaning. You're like, I don't want to just like believe official narrative. Don't believe official narratives. Don't fall for the gaslighting. Don't sit there and go, well, no. Listen. Believe your eyes. Believe your eyes, believe your mind, believe what you know, and stop leaving the door cracked open for retarded. It's crazy. It's like believing, it's very similar to believing, oh, Fauci. Maybe Fauci maybe it was a bat. Maybe a bat did have sex with a pangolin. Maybe that's how COVID-19... No, it was Fauci lying, and it was China releasing a virus. Why are we entertaining anything otherwise when we know? I'm not saying that you should never ask questions about anything. I'm saying don't ask stupid questions based on stupid people lying to you. It's not hard to figure out. Questions? Great. Stupid questions exist, and if you ask them, you're stupid. All right. But on top of the theme of the day, we also have the Daily Breakdown. The Daily Breakdown, the way I named the show, is when I go on the internet, I type in the word news daily, and we break it down. I don't choose what articles we're going to cover. The news that pops up is what we cover. So let's break it down. Oh, we also got we touched base on this yesterday, but we're gonna go over a little bit more footage here on our woke right, which is what we talk about on Woke Wednesdays. Well, we talk about woke left and woke right. We talk about the woke ideology. I got some additional footage for you from the Andrew Wilson debate that I had last year, and Steven Crowder talking about what he calls the Marxist right. Okay, and Marxist is woke. Marxism is woke. Communism's woke. Socialism's woke. If you say Marxist right, you're saying woke right. So, alrighty, and we got a great chat here. It looks like everybody's having fun, so let's get it started. Death toll rises to 18, and rescuers search for survivors after a 7.1 earthquake kills 18 in southwestern Japan. Very sad. Very sad. Couple of there's some. Is there an earthquake season? Because I feel like we're getting a lot of earthquakes recently. Work is interrupting my podcast time. On the edge in the chat, you have your priorities in order. I am more important than work. All right, you need to stay here. Don't do your job. Don't. Get fired so you can watch more of the Daily Breakdown. We have the diary. Diary doesn't matter if he's pardoned. People are really hyped up about the Fauci thing. The diary won't matter. I'm not saying this to, be like a doomer or anything. I'm saying it because it's true. The diary is covered under the pardon. Okay? You can't create the new crime when the diary was written in the time period that piece of shit Joe Biden pardoned him for. So if he's describing past crimes in a diary that he was pardoned for, it's going to be irrelevant. They can ask him questions. If he invokes the Fifth Amendment, which is his right, then he can't incriminate himself for future crimes, and the crimes he committed previously are pardoned for. I don't like it, but that's what's going to happen. I don't like it, but we'll see. I thought he could not plead the Fifth due to the pardon. I don't know, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. I hope so. Maybe. Who knows? But there's something, it's a legalese thing. Maybe he can't. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll cover it if anything pops up. I got it sitting here on the left of me. I have the TV going. I'm looking at his freaking raisin-looking face, and I just doubt we're going to see anything that we would consider a bombshell or incrimination. Maybe. Okay, back to this earthquake. Fumika Ono was at a shopping mall with her older sister when the ground shook so fiercely she lost her balance and ducked. So an earthquake happened in Japan. I'm sorry, guys. When these types of stories come out, it's sad. It's a tragedy. It's not my country. I don't know. It's an earthquake. I'm not a weatherman. I'm not an expert in seismology. I don't know. So we'll move on. Pray for the people of Japan. Okay. Next up from the Hill, Trump and Senate give tearful goodbye to Lindsey Graham. Oh, they got Bibi Netanyahu and Zelensky on this. This is going to piss people off. Former Senator Lindsey Graham received an emotional send-off Wednesday at 2 memorial services where political allies and foes, some of whom have shifted back and forth during South Carolina's South Carolinians' long career bid him a tribute. Um, he was a force of nature, and I will miss him greatly, Trump said. It included Benjamin Netanyahu and Zelensky. That's kind of make it very political, but he was a political guy. Trump nodded to his friendship with his fellow Republican, which grew from a rivalry when the two were running for the GOP nomination in 2015. As you remember, this is a quote from Trump, as you remember, Lindsey and I did not exactly get off to the best of starts running against each other. His phone totally, I don't know what he did with it, but it exploded, the president joked. Graham went on to become one of Trump's strongest allies, and this was the beginning of a friendship. Here's what I'll say about Lindsey Graham. I have been a very vocal critic of his style of politics, his neocon perspective. Neocon has been turned into a slur by people like, the woke left and the woke right. Tucker Carlson, Dave Smith, all these people. They've made neocon sort of something that you should cringe at, and they have somewhat of a point. But not all neocons, like, you have Douglas Murray, Lindsey Graham, doesn't necessarily mean that their intention, they might be, in my opinion, a little misguided, a little bit too war hockey. But when it comes to a certain conflict, let's say Iran, let's say fighting radical Islam, neocons make a good point. It's a broken clock theory. Okay. I don't agree with Lindsey Graham's position on the Ukraine war, for instance. I think that is a political war designed to create profits, or designed to use dead bodies, to push a narrative, to achieve a political goal. I have been very clear about my position, where I have a distinction between the radical Islamic wars and these, what I call political wars, right? Like Russia, Ukraine. I don't agree with one, but I do agree with another. The world is not black and white. Here's why. An ideological enemy, for instance, Japan in World War II, Hitler in World War II, or Iran, Hezbollah, radical Islamic Jihad, global intifada. Those wars need to happen, because if we don't do something, it will expand. A political war, for instance, Russia-Ukraine, which is what I believe is, I want some land, I don't like your politics, I don't like your they're very similar in ideology. They're very like Russia and Ukraine. They're not very different. So the actual war is not ideologically based. It's actually based on the leader, based on the Putin, right? I don't believe it's an ideological war. So I think that you can stop it diplomatically, so that you should stop it diplomatically, right? It's either over oil or land or, something, NATO, right? Power, control, etc. So when Lindsey Graham, Douglas Murray, and all them, they say, "Oh, the Ukraine war, blah blah blah," I disagree. When they say Iran, wipe them out, I do agree. And people will try to conflate those two things. I don't think you should conflate those two things. I think that you should look at each individual conflict and assess it based on what you can glean from whether or not it can be solved diplomatically or with brute force. I don't think that you could have ever stopped Japan from expanding, invading, and creating a mass casualties way bigger than Hiroshima and Nagasaki without Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I call it the trolley problem. Everybody knows what the trolley problem is, right? The trolley's coming down the tracks. It's going to run over 5 people. You pull a lever, it runs over 1 person, right? Did you kill that 1 person? Technically, yes. Did you also save those 5 people? Also, yes. It's not black and white. A neocon will always always, always, always pull the lever, right? I'm not a neocon, by the way. I'm just saying a neocon will always pull the lever because they believe in that. But I think that sometimes they're misguided, and that lever is not where it's not going to actually change the trajectory of the track. Am I getting to an analogistical analogy? Let's just move on from that then, because I'm confusing myself at this point. But anyway, Lindsey Graham, he wasn't necessarily a bad guy. I disagreed with him politically. I think that I saw Sneeko post something. And again, woke right. Let's see what Sneeko said about Lindsey Graham. Something about him burning in hell or something. Sneeko, this guy's such a clown. Skip that. He said something about Lindsey Graham. I'm not going to dig too far for it if it's... Inshallah, Lindsey Graham is boiling in hell with all the blood, feces, and excrement he bathed with on earth. Guys, anybody who thinks that we should align with these people, anybody on the right, to quote right, and I think that Sneeko has crossed the Rubicon where nobody even considers him right wing anymore. But he, at one point, there was a lot of entertainment of Sneeko and his little clique on the right, and like I said, I think that that's long past. I don't think that anybody even considers him right wing, but we should recognize the similarities between people like Sneeko and people like Tyler Robinson. Okay, we should recognize that when you demonize people for a political disagreement or policy disagreement, foreign policy, who are not bad people. Lindsey Graham, I don't think, was a bad person. I think he, like I said, I think that he was a little too war hockey. But I don't think that I would ever say something like this about, somebody on the left like Kamala Harris. If she died, I wouldn't be like, she's boiling in piss and stuff. Nah, because I want to make sure that I am still me at the end of the day, right? I don't want that on me. And this is like Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton died, I might make a joke. I might make a little dark humor. I don't think I would go like freaking this hard. Because I want us to be the better people. I want us to be the people who, when, let's say, somebody on the fence of where they align politically sees our reaction, they go, at least I can get on board with that. That's maybe a little dark humor joke. Like maybe like breaking news, Hillary Clinton found shot in the back of the head twice. Like, no, I wouldn't even go that far. You know what I'm saying, though? We gotta do better. We gotta be better. Same thing I do with all these stories. I'll show you them, but I'm not going to go too much into them because it's pretty much just Groundhog Day. Iran launches missiles at U.S. base for the first time since Trump paused strikes. Okay, so like a week. Iran's going to keep launching missiles. Trump's going to come back and fire missiles. And this war is at a stalemate until Trump decides to go the nuclear, not literal, but the nuclear option would be bomb the shit out of them. I think he's waiting until after the midterms. I think that's what's going on. I think that after the midterms, Iran is fucked. That's what I would guess. I think that Trump should do that, by the way, because I don't want us to lose the midterms because gas shoots up and whatever. And I think that he's between a rock and a hard place. But yeah, Iran's still popping off. That's that story. What's this? The wildfires gripping France and Spain. What was that? France and Spain are off the charts. I don't understand why wildfires are such a problem in areas near like highly populated areas. This has to be something that like you go, "Oh yeah, maybe we should have, you know, created a perimeter where like the dead brush that could catch fire and get really close to these highly populated areas and kill us. Maybe we should have figured out how to mitigate that." I mean, I know it's more complicated than that, but you see it happen in California all the time. You see it happen in Canada all the time. You see it happen in France and Spain. And I'm wondering if there's a correlation between poor leadership, because apparently it's always in these places where it's like, the climate crisis, we're going to hug some trees, cut them down. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm making too big of a jump. I don't think I'm making too big of a jump. I think that the reason wildfires happen in far left run areas is because frickin' they don't want to cut down a couple of trees. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a little ignorant, but I think I'm right. Wildfires hitting Idaho and Oregon. Oregon, exactly, Oregon. I know it's a little bit more complicated than that, but you know, I would say just maybe we'll make a little distinction. Fauci invokes the fifth again. Yep, Fauci just keeps invoking the fifth. It looks like he's just pleading the fifth all frickin' morning. All right, what's this one about? This is from WISN Milwaukee. Wisconsin Democratic primary debate for governor. That was probably going to be interesting. Is there any trans people on the panel? No maybe. You never know. This lady at the end maybe looks very broad-backed. You never know. 2 weeks before the Democratic primary for Wisconsin, Mandela Barnes, etc. Question. I'm not reading all this. This is literally a whole breakdown of the debate. There was a debate in Wisconsin. All right. Finally, like what we were just talking about, Rand Paul releases Fauci's pandemic-era diary. Now they'll face off on Capitol Hill, which they are doing right now. Who's that? No, Ron Johnson's questioning him right now. And the Chiron just keeps on reading Fauci invokes the fifth. Fauci invokes the fifth. So if he answers a question, I assume the Chiron will say answers question, and then we'll jump to it, but I doubt it. But anyway, here these diary releases, a couple of them were pretty damning. Let's see here. The over 1,100 pages. Why did you write this down, bro? Why did you write all of this down? It's like Andrew Tate going and just admitting to all of his crimes on camera. It's like, I know it's not as bad, but it's like, dude, why did you write this down? Why did you write this down? If you didn't have a blanket pardon, you would be fucked, bro. You would be so screwed if you wrote all of this down. He wrote it down before he knew he was going to be pardoned, guys. That's the thing. He wrote it all down, and he didn't know he was getting pardoned. Like, I mean, I'm sure he assumed or thought, but he didn't know. So you wrote all this down? You lucky, bro. All right, Rand Paul, and you know what? I'll say something about Rand Paul. I think that he's libertarians they're anarchists at this point. I can't stand them. I put them just below the left. And I'm not a big fan of Rand Paul. I think that I think that libertarianism is just this misguided political ideology that it mirrors the woke left of this suicidal empathy, but even more dangerous, right? Because it's not suicidal empathy. It's like it's suicidal policy. All right, it's like let's make black tar heroin legal. That'll stop the drug epidemic. It's just ignorant. It's like you can't do that. It's like let's non-interventionists and let our enemies come to us and attack us first before we ever do this. libertarianism, liberty, they conflate liberty with freedom, and it's not the same thing, right? Your liberty, I guess you could say that they have confused it with freedom because they think that freedom, right, to be free means there's no control whatsoever, right? None. They want, I know that they say limited. They want no government. That's anarchy, right? There's no control. A societal structure needs some form of control, right? Because there's too many bad people out there. But you need to balance it. You need to balance it, which is why a constitutional republic invokes the principles of the Roman Republican rule of law. And then it mixes that in with the Greco, right, of the early Greek democratic process. So that's how you get a constitutional republic. You mix democratic, not democracy. You mix democratic systems with a rule of law, and you have a constitutional republic because the Constitution is our laws, and laws are there to create a functioning society. Libertarians kind of want to rip up the Constitution. They don't really want the enforcement of rules to de-incentivize crime. They want to just make everything legal, and you should be able to protect yourself. And if there's a criminal, you stop them. It's like, that's not how it works, bro. I want limited government. I do. I want a federal government so small I barely know it exists. But I mean, you have Thomas Massie the other day who's calling to basically defund the police because of flock cameras. I'm not for flock cameras. Again, this black and white argument. If you say, oh, you disagree with Massie, you want flock cameras? No. I think all flock cameras should be cut down by masked men and smashed into pieces. I am not for flock cameras, right? That's police state. I don't want it. But there is a happy medium between saying we should argue that legislation should be created that bans flock cameras or gets rid of flock cameras. But instead of that, Thomas Massie's argument is defund the police. Like, defund any police precinct that is enforcing flock cameras based on the laws that you assholes created. Undo the law. That's all. Fauci's pardon isn't valid in the chat. I unfortunately, you are incorrect. It is. It is valid. I don't like it, but Fauci's pardon is valid. Because Joe Biden said it was. That's all he had to do. Joe Biden came out and said, yeah, if Joe Biden does that, he doesn't even need to sign it. A lot of people don't know that. It's the signature is essentially just a receipt, but he came out verbally and said that it's valid, so it's valid. You are single-mindedly a spokesperson for Fauci sent a document fact-checking Paul's claims and a letter written by Fauci's legal team last month. Fauci's lawyers wrote Rand Paul was waging a years-long public crusade against Fauci. Hey, man, keep him busy. If he's going after Fauci, I'm fine with that. Just shut up about everything else. Quote, you are single-mindedly fixating on seeing Dr. Fauci prosecuted for imaginary crimes? He's admitted to some crimes. And you are invested in an outcome that you have created for personal brand around it, says the letter. I don't know, man. I think that it's possible to see Fauci in jail, but right now, legally, I don't see the legal constitutional route due to the abusive pardon power of Joe Biden. Well, whoever Joe Biden's handlers were. I think that he abused his authority. I don't think that's what the pardon power was given to a president for, but I think that he used a technicality to pardon people who are criminals. I mean, it's definitely corrupt people. Pardoned Hunter. He didn't pardon himself. If I was anybody, I'd arrest Joe Biden. He didn't pardon himself. I'd start going after him. I'd go after anybody not on the pardon list. That's what I would do. I'd be like, haha, checkmate. You forgot one. Lock them up. All right, moving on. Let's get into the That's Tyler Robinson from the shoot. Why am I blanking on the name? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Thank you. This is that from Leonardo DiCaprio. That's me. If you guys aren't looking at the screen, it's that scene, the meme where Leonardo DiCaprio is looking at the TV and pointing to it, and it's me. That's Tyler Robinson. Okay, so this is from Lisa Knows. I kind of agree with her. Let's break this down because there's a spectacular community note under this post which did not do what people thought it was going to do. Okay, so this is from Lisa Knows 429. Shout out, go give her a follow. Candace just released footage that the judge ordered not to be shown to the public. Okay, I'm going to disagree with her here a little bit. Okay, the judge ordered in the courtroom that it was not supposed to be shown to the public. Okay, and it was the defense that pushed for it. Okay, the judge just ruled on it. Okay, Tyler Robinson's defense did not want this released to the public. Candace Owens released a video that Tyler Robinson's defense did not want released to the public. The prosecutors and Erica Kirk wanted this video released to the public. Candace Owens released something that Erica Kirk and the prosecution wanted released, thinking it was a gotcha. Keep that in mind, okay? She has already doxed a witness for the prosecution. Fact check, true. When is she going to be charged with obstruction? This is completely out of hand. She is doing everything she can to destroy this trial. She is absolutely evil. Okay, I agree with all this, okay? Now, here's the community note, and this is hilarious, all right? Candace released independently obtained Lucy rooftop footage. Court limits on broadcasting exhibits applied to courtroom media, not third-party commentators. Okay? This is true. Candace Owens did not violate the court's order because she was not in the courtroom. That's true. Now, this is the community note, okay? Legal standard for obstruction of justice requires corrupt intent to impede proceedings. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I think that that's what she's doing, and I think that you could prove it in court. So Candace could be actually obstructing justice and attempting to impede the proceedings. I think that this could get her a gag order because of what she did. Did she violate the court order? No. Is she impeding the proceeding by doing this? Yeah. Because what she did was she released the footage and framed it in a way where there's it's completely just made up, right? So we're going to show you the footage that she released. This is the footage that people on the fifth day or so of the Robinson trial, they saved it right to the end. The judge allowed Erica Kirk and the families and the people in the courtroom to view this footage, but they didn't want it released to the public. Tyler Robinson's defense didn't want it released to the public. Do you know why? Does anybody know why Tyler Robinson's defense did not want this released? I'll give you guys, hold on, let's see if anybody gets it in the chat. Actually, I'll give you a hint. Why would Tyler Robinson's defense not want this released? Does anybody? Tyler Robinson's defense does not want this released. Family Low, you got it. Because it shows Tyler Robinson. It doesn't show his face, but it shows Tyler Robinson. That's why they didn't want it released. And yes, it taints the potential jury. Thank you, United since 1776. It does. It can taint the potential jury in favor of the prosecution, because this video alone, if you try to frame it, You could say, oh, that doesn't show Tyler Robinson. Correct. It shows a figure that is dressed the exact same way as Tyler Robinson, who is on camera at the scene right before this video. So it's not a huge jump to go, okay, that guy's in Tyler Robinson's clothes. That guy's on the roof that they say Tyler Robinson shot him, the confession, etc., etc. When you add this video into all of the other evidence, that's that's Tyler Robinson. But let's see. I'm going to show you guys how you should do this, okay? Here's the Candace, this is from JTC53. Okay, Candace Owens just debunked all her BS claims by illegally obtaining the video of Tyler Robinson on the roof, pulling the trigger at UVU. It wasn't Egyptian planes, exploding mics, or mole people. It was Tyler Robinson. Congratulations, you played yourself. I'm going to play this without sound. And then I'm going to play it with sound. I'm going to play it without sound first because I want you to see what she did. And I want you to see me do it to her. Or to, you'll see. Okay?
I didn't see one, but let's
let's turn that off. Okay, this is just Candace talking. Okay? All right, here's the video. Now, guys, I'm going to take out that Candace in the bottom corner. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay? And I'm going to do a video later on this video. Right? And I'm going to play this video with my commentary, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, maybe I'll just clip this. I might not even have to make a video. This might be sufficient. Okay? But let's play this footage without the sound. Without Candace talking over it, trying to frame it for you. I'll frame it. I'll do exactly what she did. Okay, here's the roof. Okay, there's Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson is running across the roof. That is Tyler Robinson running across the roof. I am looking at Tyler Robinson running across the roof. That's Tyler Robinson running across the roof. Right? Tyler Robinson is running across the roof. Look at Tyler Robinson run across the roof. There's Tyler Robinson. He's running across the roof. That's Tyler Robinson. There's Tyler Robinson kneeling down so people can't see him because that's Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson is on the roof kneeling down. Tyler Robinson is now shimmying to his shooting position. Tyler Robinson is shimmying. Tyler Robinson, Tyler Robinson, Tyler Robinson. That's Tyler Robinson. He's shimmying. Tyler Robinson is now getting in position. Tyler Robinson is laying down. Tyler Robinson is army crawling. Now Tyler Robinson is in a prone position where he takes the assembled rifle that he assembled before he got into frame. Tyler Robinson took the rifle that was in two pieces in both of his pant legs out. He screwed it together, which takes about 15 seconds. I've shown you how to do that. He screwed the rifle together before this video started, and then he ran across the roof with it. And then he got into position, and that right there, this little, you see this rifle-shaped shadow? That's the rifle that he put together, okay? Now that's Tyler Robinson right there with a rifle on the roof. Now Tyler Robinson is laying down. Tyler Robinson is setting up. Tyler Robinson is right there in the position that they found Tyler Robinson's DNA in. That's Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson, Tyler Robinson. Do you see what I'm doing? All right. That's Tyler Robinson. And then there's going to be a muzzle flash because Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk because that's Tyler Robinson. I know this is annoying, but so is what Candace does. But that's what she's doing, right? This is how she's doing it. She's saying that's not Tyler. This is what she does. She goes, that's not Tyler Robinson, right? I'm just doing what she's doing. But I'm doing it without lying. And I can't remember. All right, so yes, now, hold on. Let's go and I think we can find that muzzle flash. It's very hard to see. If you're watching on your phone, you won't be able to see it. Okay, right there. It was, you can watch, instead of trying to watch the muzzle flash, watch his body right here where my cursor is. Watch his legs. And you will see the recoil, and you will see his reflex. Right there, okay? So, now, Tyler Robinson gets up very quickly because he just shot Charlie Kirk. That's Tyler Robinson, and he picks up the rifle and the bag. He leaves the screwdriver behind because he doesn't need it anymore, right? The rifle's already been assembled with the 2 screws, okay? Now, Tyler Robinson is running, and Tyler Robinson has his bag, he has the towel, he has the screwdriver, and he has the gun, and he's running off the roof. That's Tyler Robinson running. That's what Tyler Robinson. That's Tyler Robinson. Okay? Let's play it with Candace commentary. I know it sucks, but you'll see why. Let's play it back in 1.5 times speed so we don't have to suffer this for too long.
Anybody see a recoil?
Yes. Did anybody see a recoil? Yes, I did. I saw his body move when he pulled the trigger. You idiot.
I didn't see one, but let's actually put
You didn't see one because you're an idiot. That's okay. It's okay to be dumb.
Footage all together uninterrupted. Here we go for you guys to watch.
Oh, it's uninterrupted? Oh, never mind. Oh, wait, she's interrupting.
Here he comes running onto the rooftop.
Hold on.
Here he comes running onto the rooftop.
Okay, you said uninterrupted, then you interrupted.
What we know definitively is he gets down into what is known as a lateral military crawl. He begins that crawl over to the right first, and then to the left. We see a quick flash. We're not sure what that flash is.
You see a quick flash? I'm not sure what that flash is.
Actually, this looks like... I'm not going to read into it. There's that...
I'm not going to read into it.
Throw forward. I say fold forward. You can say throw forward, but that's definitely something being flung forward, getting into position, and here we wait.
Position to what? To get up and run away? He's getting into position. For what?
For what we expect to be some sort of a kickback. This must have been when our source began recording from the side of the Losi building and said, oh, I just saw someone get up there. He's got a gun.
Saw somebody up there with a gun. Does Candace realize that this is confirming everything? Is she so dumb that she doesn't realize this is confirming everything? Okay, there's the recoil.
And he's up.
There's the recoil. It was right before. Again, the recoil is here.
And he's up.
It's his back.
And he's gone.
His back goes up. His legs move. That's what happens when you shoot a gun.
What do you guys think?
I think you're retarded. What do I think? I think that you're retarded.
I should just jump into this chat and see. Where are my gun experts? What do you guys...
I'm the gun expert. Hold on. Me. I'm the gun expert. Right here, babe. Right here, sweetie. Come here. Look at me. You're an idiot. That gun right there. Right there. That gun right there. That is the Ruger American Predator. All right. It is a 23-inch barrel, which is very similar to the rifle that Tyler Robinson used. The chassis is pretty much the same length. The takedown is pretty much the same. I broke it down. I put it in my pants. I walked. I've seen this. It takes 2 seconds. Well, it takes 12 seconds to put that gun together, run across a roof, get down, and fire. So, you asked where the gun experts are. I am. I'm right here. You just showed a video of Tyler Robinson shooting Charlie Kirk. You moron. You just helped the defense. You just helped the prosecution. The defense didn't want this shown. For a reason.
Think something feels not right.
Yeah,
something
your
doesn't
brain.
feel right. That feels to me like what the witness said. That person looks like they've got training.
Yes, that person did have training. Tyler Robinson was training for months before this happened by himself. He went to the range. He mapped it out. He cased the school multiple times. Yes, I have training. I'm not in the military. I've never been in the military. I have training. I trained myself. You idiot.
It's not giving Tyler Robinson to me.
It's not. It's not. Why? Because you don't want to believe it. Okay. But anyway, yeah, Candace literally just helped the prosecution by doing that. Because, again, it taints the jury. It could potentially taint the jury pool. Okay. What we know, the public, right? What we know is Tyler Robinson was at that school on that day, on camera, wearing all black clothing. Well, dark jeans and a black shirt, right? We know Tyler Robinson, the video of Tyler Robinson jumping off the roof was Tyler Robinson. We know Tyler Robinson confessed multiple times to shooting Charlie Kirk. We know the DNA found on that roof at that spot was Tyler Robinson. Matched Tyler Robinson to a 1-something trillionth degree. It's Tyler Robinson. Okay? You just showed a video of a man in the same clothes or similar clothes that matches up with all of the other actual footage. You showed a man in that spot wearing similar clothes, lying down right there where Tyler Robinson's DNA was found. You're an idiot. Any public person who's watching this, who may eventually get on the jury pool, they're going in with, I wasn't sure because I never saw Tyler Robinson in that actual spot. Until Candace posted it. Wow. She thinks if she just says, it's not giving Tyler Robinson vibes, she thinks that that's going to be enough. Nobody cares about your frickin' vibes. Wow. I'm glad she did it. I think that a lot of people are like, look, I get it. She's evil. She's a demon. I get it. But why are you mad about this? I wouldn't be mad about this. I'm stoked about this. Right? I am happy that she is so stupid she did that. Right? All right. We got 10 minutes left. I want to get into those stories that you just saw on the screen. I don't know if I'm going to get to them because I want to show you this, okay? I showed you this yesterday, right? I love Steven Crowder. All right? Steven Crowder's great. I watch him almost every day. I watch him. I watch Bongino. And Sean now. And it bugs me a little bit that Steven Crowder and his circle have refused to acknowledge the term woke right. Okay, I get it. I'm being a little picky, but as I said yesterday, the reason you want to do this is so that you can create the parallel between the woke left and the woke right, so that people realize that woke is the ideology of woke is the problem, and if we have it on the right, it's a problem on the right. Okay, and what Steven Crowder says here, I want you to pay attention to.
Now, before, this all brings us to Berlin, as we know right now, as of this broadcast, 1 person was killed, 29 injured. Car, as they say, drove into a parade. But before that, does anyone actually believe that? So before we get to the idea of this being a wedge issue or distraction along with trans, I see that a lot on the Marxist right.
What kind of right? The Marxist right. So he's willing to agree that there is now a Marxist right, but he doesn't want to call them woke right. Okay. Now Marxist is more. A lot of people don't know what it means. Okay, like I know that like if a Marxist, like Marxism, Karl Marx's ideology, you'd have to know all about what he actually believed. When you say Marxist right, people are like, what's that? If you say woke right, people go, oh, you mean like the woke left on the right. Okay? Yes, you want to dumb it down and simplify it for the general population. But Steven Crowder has no problem using that, right? And now, this is a clip I played yesterday. We're going to play it again because he's so close. He's just like Candace, so close. But here's the clip I played yesterday where he's showing evidence of the woke right.
I say this because, or I point this out, because you have a good portion of people on the right who have adopted the left's talking points, saying the trans issue, it's a distraction. It doesn't act, it's a non-issue. You shouldn't be worried about it. That's to keep us and them fighting.
We have no research about how being trans or undergoing gender-affirming treatment impacts athletic performance in teens.
The culture war stuff,
Dave Smith.
it's like, I think it's an intentional distraction.
See, libertarian, I would argue is more left, right? But for all intents and purposes, because Dave Smith has so many friends on the quote right, because he's on planet Tyrus, definitely right, definitely MAGA, libertarians are now considered more right-leaning. So, woke right.
Action that they use.
Did trans people storm the Capitol?
According to them, the trans kids that want to play the sports, Lord have mercy, that is the biggest issue that we had. Since when? Since when? Find the little trans child that is ruining your life.
Have you already covered that trans athlete winning this swimming competition? Genuinely just curious about your thoughts on it. My position, first and foremost, is like, I don't care. It straight up does not matter.
really is
Absolutely does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Even if trans women were completely dominating certain fields of sport.
It's like, who cares about transgender girls in sports? Honestly, who cares?
Nick Fuentes, who cares about trans girls in sports? Woke right.
0.6% of the American adult population is transgender. That is a tiny community of fellow human beings. Certainly not enough for an alleged takeover of girls' sports.
Just keep in mind that, like, the fixation on trans people in sports was largely of concern to conservatives. There are like 5 trans people in sports.
I am the only person here involved with recreational sports where I play with trans people, by the way, because this is a manufactured issue. It is a manufactured issue.
Why are my cities disgusting? I don't want to go there. It smells like weed and halal food.
Right.
And you're lecturing me about how it's a great moral victory that I kicked the boys off the girls' soccer team? Good, I'm so glad. But let's do the real stuff, like making New York livable.
And how many trans people have been at the mayor's office or work in that administration? What about health secretaries?
Okay, so we only got 6 minutes left. Look, we played this yesterday. All that clip does is show you that there is a parallel in messaging, in talking points, right? So I debated Andrew Wilson. I played a little clip of my introduction yesterday. I want you to see Andrew Wilson, who's also a huge fan of Steven Crowder, friends with Steven Crowder, still doesn't, think that there's such a thing as the woke right. But apparently there's a Marxist right, which is woke right. Watch this.
Are inalienable, not just axiomatic, but they're justified on God himself.
So
that would be the core of your identitarianism.
Sure. Okay. So you're saying there is no woke right because everybody has identity.
At least on the identitarian front.
So you can make your argument.
Only on the identitarian front would I make this case.
Your argument that I could use against you is there's no woke left either.
No, well, when we say woke on the left, we're talking about...
What is woke on the left?
Yeah, so that would be intersectional politics, which is based specifically on specifically elevating one victim class over another victim class.
That's woke right.
Yeah, but it's not, though. And I'm going to explain why, but I'll give the counter, too, for each one of these definitions for how it applies to woke left and intersectionality, but not the right, who rejects intersectionality. All of them, in fact, kind of...
Okay. He has no argument, and he doesn't even realize he agrees with me because he's so focused on being right. Andrew Wilson, I like Andrew a little bit. Like, I mean, he's kind of a clown, but I like him. I don't have a big problem with Andrew Wilson. I think that he's a little bit hypocritical. I think that he's definitely sensational, but he does agree with me. His debate tactic is to just win at all costs. Screw the actual argument, right? And that's the problem because those aren't debates. That's Jerry Springer. C. Michaels, the woke right have gone so far right, they are on the left now. The world is round. This is the point, okay? That's why you call them the woke right. You call them the woke right because it makes the connection to the left. And they are left. They are Marxists. They are communists. They are totalitarians. They are the woke. They are awake to an oppressor. That's what woke means. Their oppressor is the Jews. and globalists. It's the same thing. So yes, they are the left. But if you try to keep on putting this barrier in between them by shying away from calling them woke, then what you do is you actually leave them on our side. You leave them on our side as opposed to pushing them over there where they belong. The woke left is responsible for Charlie Kirk's death. They let the radicals of their party continue this ideology, this awake, woke ideology of being oppressed, being a victim, where that person's the bad guy, and one of them believed it so much that he got a rifle, he crawled up on a roof, and he shot the guy that he thought was a Nazi, or that hated trans people. Why is trans not an issue? Tucker, Nick, Dave Smith. Why is trans an issue? Because it killed Charlie Kirk. And now Candace, your little friend over there, she's trying to kill his legacy by getting that guy off. F*** you. F*** you. That's why it matters. That's why it matters. People just don't get it. All right, we got 1 minute left. I don't think we're going to get to both stories, so let's just pick this one. Andrew Tate's lawyer just came out and basically said, so what if they raped? This is just wild. I have to add this in here. I told you I'm not going to give too much attention to Tate, but damn.
These are good men who have done a lot of good for the world, right? Even if you accept all the allegations against them is true, the amount of good that they've done for the world tremendously outweighs the bad. And people don't see it because there's a very one-sided narrative out there against them.
Even if you accept the evidence against them as true, the evidence against them is sex trafficking children, raping children. Yes, 14-year-old girls are children. Even if you accept that, they told young men to go to the gym. So, even Stevens? Guys, I don't think I need to go too far on Andrew Tate anymore because he's doing enough. His lawyer's moron. Anyway, it is 9 o'clock, so Sean Farish is coming up next with Ungoverned. Quick shout out, maybe 10, 15 seconds. Let me get to the screen. Okay, Family Low, Bumba, Crazy Moan, McGroin, Shelley, Grunt for Life, United since 1776, On the Edge, Peter Out, Dave Ferrell, T. Mitchell, Emerald Sonic, and Samuel. I will see you guys tomorrow for 2A Thursday. Sean Farish, Ungoverned. See you later.